Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Battle of America Season number 2. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture this game. I know if you're on the VOD, this is a little weird because we just swapped casters, but Drag and Drop, it's kind of late for him in Germany, so he was headed off to bed. But Rupture will be with me. We've got Wheel up against Complexity. It's match point for both these teams. Winner goes to the grand final. Loser goes home only if your home is the lower bracket. They're not actually going home. Calm down. Rupture, how's it going?
Unless they're living on a team house, then you're going home because you're never left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it's not a LAN, so I guess nobody is going home. Rupture, is there an update on the Not Today game?
Let's see. Here's the deal.
Oh, it's still going on. Okay.
Yeah, it's still going on. They just to clear a little bit what happened is like
what
they came in late. So they supposedly did had like a death loss on game 1, and they lost game 2. But the thing is, like, seems like the admin kind of screwed up a little bit with the timing, and I just left him, on his judgment to see what's up. So he was like, "Well, both teams are already here, so I might as well just play the next, the other game, just to see if Void Boys are gonna take the 2-0, they're gonna take it by legit games, quote unquote, and pretty much just give a more, give more of a show to the viewers since they.
So wait, Not Today are out of the tournament?
No, they're still in.
So there's no def win at all. That's really confusing, but
pretty much there is no def win.
This is why I don't do admin stuff, because I don't want to deal with it.
I know, it's like they should be out of the tournament technically because of rules, because they got late in there. But the thing is, again, the guy who was sitting in the lobby kind of screwed up, and I was like, I really don't want to deal with this, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't blame you either.
And then it was like, well, you know what? Both teams are already here, and might as well just, I mean, they have like 2,000 viewers as well, so he was like, yeah, might as well just play all the 3 games if necessary. So they're still in it, but they're losing for 1. So if they lose this upcoming game, they're out anyway.
Yeah, and I'm just taking a peek at the stream here. It's pretty close, but. Of course, that's not the game we've got on here tonight. I just wanted to check on that because I'm a little bit of a Not Today fan, but boy, I'll be honest. They've brought in the rares recently, and I'm pretty happy about this.
Yeah, just keep people posted, pretty much. It's like, yeah, it's all right because it's our sister stream, we could say. So, I mean, if you want more Battle of America action from the other side of the bracket, hey, by all means, just be ready of Spanish shouting and a lot of talk. And, probably not understanding a damn thing when they're saying.
Anyways, somebody's asking now, why do Complexity keep banning the Omni? It's because there was a Wheel game where they had Necro, Omni, and something else. It was like Healtopia, basically.
I think it was either a Witch Doctor or a Dazzle. I think.
I want to say it was Dazzle, maybe, or a Tree. I don't really remember though.
I think it was a Dazzle actually. It rings more of a bell.
But that's why they're first banning it. In other words, they actually will ban out the AA this time, but then Complexity say, "Hey, we know what's up. We're banning out Necro. If you're gonna ban AA, we know what's coming. Don't even mess with us."
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the Necro strats of Wheel are. I mean, outside of the game that just passed, it's like. Not their forte, to be honest. To be like completely honest, at least versus a Complexity on a game 3, I wouldn't have picked the Necro either way. It's just that I feel like they play the standard pool of heroes just better. They have a better affinity for more of a high impact, high damage heroes and just snowballing. However, Complexity is one of those snowball teams, that usually on late game they are all right, but
they don't draft for the late game.
Exactly.
They draft very mid game or early game oriented, in my opinion. Faceless Void versus Jakiro, or not versus Jakiro, and Jakiro were their first 2 pickups. They did have second pick. We'll pick up the Brewmaster, then the Abaddon, and actually grab the Zeus. A hero Complexity play a lot, but hey, if you can't beat them, join them, I guess. Although they clearly showed they could beat him in game number 2.
I mean, Aziz is gonna do a lot of work with an Abaddon as a bodyguard, pretty much. It's like he's gonna be not as an easy target to kill, and if you don't kill him, he's just gonna burst you down, because I don't see any tanky hero per se on the side of complexity so far. I mean, the Jakiro can take 1 or 2 punches, but at the same time, it's a Jakiro. You're not gonna actually build him up. You're not gonna allocate a lot of farm to the guy, right?
Yeah, so. But at the same time, it doesn't mean it's a core Jakiro right now. Complexity actually ran it as a core in game number 1, but it could still be run as a support, and it's again one of those picks that's so flexible. It's like the Mirana was a few patches ago. You don't know what it's gonna be, and it's picked up by everybody when they can, just because it's so good. I would actually say Jakiro's not as good as Naga, or Mirana or Naga, because Naga's another one of those heroes, but it is a good hero. And Brew for Wheel, it didn't work out so well game number 1, but they landed a little oddly.
Yeah, that's the thing with Wheel. Usually their draft is, it's a little bit unconventional, but nothing like really crazy. However, the laning setup is just odd sometimes. Sometimes it's just plain out simply odd.
I felt like they played the right game last game for sure. And they're going to pick up the Wraith King. This is a team that I can tell they really like having regen. Be it regen from Lifesteal, regen from Necro, regen from Abaddon. They just like staying alive. And
10 seconds remaining.
They probably were born in the 70s then. Or they have been trained by someone born in the 70s. With the BGs in mind.
I'm going to go ahead and queue it up.
Doom doom doom. No, what was the baseline? Doom 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 doom. There we go.
Yeah, that was it.
Those are 90s baselines.
Why is that not on my
list?
They might be looking for a puck pick. She's also pretty good against Zeus in the early game, at least.
And she's a noble hero, which probably would be the undoing of Wheel, because usually their weakest stage is on the laning phase. In general. Afterwards, they're just, you know, they really pick up the pace there, but they can really, I mean, I have seen Wheel losing, mostly the times that they lose is on the laning stage. So, I mean, if they really lose hard the lanes, ATA would probably destroy them on the middle game.
Yeah.
Demolish them.
Also, a little bit of armor reduction, as they well know, goes a long way. And it'll be a Dusa coming up for complexity.
Hey.
Oh dear. Rupture, it's the Wombo combo.
Stone Gaze into Ward?
Stone Gaze into Death Ward. For those of you that aren't familiar, if you aren't familiar, I think you would be. But,
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
I mean, the ward doesn't benefit.
It's physical damage, and so he'll do that.
Well, the ward doesn't benefit per se from the damage because it's true damage, if I'm correct. No, it is actually physical. What the hell? When did they change it to physical?
Ward's always been physical.
Yeah,
it has. It definitely has.
It was pure damage. I'm pretty sure that what's happening was pure damage for a long ass time. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was pure damage when the projectiles were way slower, so the travel time was a little bit longer. So it was hitting like again 60, 90, 120, but pure damage.
Oh, that would be awful.
Like, you know, slower.
Okay.
Wait. So now that they increased the fire rate of the Death Ward and now made it physical. Yeah,
so it's almost 5 times.
It was a while ago. I totally forgot about it. In that case, yeah, Death Ward is gonna totally screw him over.
The other thing is Stone Gaze. I mean, 50% extra physical damage, that's already 90. Like, that's a level up on Witch Doctor's ult at level 1.
Pretty much.
Even more later on. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be like almost 200 hit damage per little thingy on the max level. That without axe. With an axe, this thing is just gonna be just nightmare fuel, pretty much. So they really need to be careful.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna lower all of
Yeah.
them.
Crystal Maiden coming up for Wheel. So lots of lockdown from them in Sleazel and the Crystal Maiden now. It's actually going to be a carry Wraith King. I was kind of expecting Derp to play it since he has played Crystal Maiden or Wraith King for them in the past as support. But, I mean, clearly... Oh, God!
Crystal Maiden. What the? Okay.
Wait, what?
Yep. What?
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second.
What?
Void Boys
I'm
2-0'd not, though.
Boston here, man. What?
Void Boys 2-0'd not.
Okay. So,
Prepare for battle.
without any shadow of a doubt, then the Void Boys deserve the spot.
Yeah, they've shown that it's not a fluke thing. They've 2-0'd not 2-0'd, but they've taken down Not in this tourney twice now. That is quite impressive, in my opinion. Anyways, I don't think we'll see something as crazy as like Blink Dusa, because that's, you know, generally not how it goes, but it can work with this. Of course, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. On the side of complexity, we've got the Witch Doctor. And look at him go, it's gonna be the Moon Meandermon down here. Swindle Villains.
Doing on the Caribbean style. Yeah?
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
Swindle Melons, the Rasta Void. I mean, Faceless Void, sorry, too much of the ganja. Okay, I'll stop. We've got Dragon Fist on the mid lane, Medusa.
Can you imagine a Faceless Void with dreadlocks, man? That's someone. Chat.
Go
make
get
it happen.
Go get on the Dota 2 dev forums where they ask for the suggestions for Faceless Void's remodel. It doesn't say Hairless Void. But anyways, we have Limp on the Jakiro, and in the base, Z-Freak will be on the Nature's Prophet, who is gonna be jungling.
Alright.
Okay.
Now for the side of the Willy Wheels boys, we're gonna have I'm a Sheep Sucks with the Brewmaster, the compulsive alcoholic junkie, just like me. On the middle lane, we're gonna have actually wait, what the hell? Relic with the Abaddon, so they switch it up.
Okay, they switch it up. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Way confused out of that, but
I'm
yeah.
so confused.
He's gonna rock the Lord of Avernus of the Fountain of Eternal Youth or something water, mist, and stuff. Sounds like a sauna, but colder. Anyway, Derp with Crystal Maiden, actually sitting on the jungle, just, you know, doing Crystal Maiden stuff. Sleazel is gonna be with the Wraith King, my Korean bro. And that's a really odd helmet if I ever saw one. It's like, what the hell are you from?
That's the
Summit one?
The Summit set, yeah. It's really cool, I think. It kind of gives him this underwater feel, and now that he's not a skeleton, it actually kind of fits, because he's got that green kind of swampiness about him anyway.
Yeah, he's like a scuba diver now. That's what you're trying to...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, anyway, we're gonna have Final Soyon with the Zeus as well, which, by the way, this is a really nice combo, you know, the Zeus plus a Crystal Maiden is just gonna make this offlane impossible for a lane. Well, not impossible, but it's gonna be really, really difficult.
Yeah, especially with Crystal Maiden starting off in the jungle in order to just make some easy space for Zeus to get some levels. Same with Wraith King. These are three very level-dependent heroes that are gonna be tri-laning together. Not exactly what you want, but it can work.
Yeah. I'm liking what Relic is doing with this Abaddon. Taking advantage of the low mana cost of Mist Coil, as well as the you know, as the region coming from the Crystal Maiden. You're farming really efficiently with that Abaddon, and I used.
Is he
to
last hitting with Mist Coil
like
though?
3 years ago, huh?
He's last hitting with Mist Coil.
Exactly.
Here's the problem though, like you damage yourself doing that.
Yeah, but you're on a battle. Who cares? Just get a Tranquils and you're set.
Medusa Snake will wreck you in a second. I'm just gonna wait for it to happen, because the potential damage from Medusa Snake is insane. Like, that's a level 2 snake that really hit him pretty hard, and it didn't even bounce across all that much. When it's maxed...
but remember that it is Relic, so I'm pretty sure he's quite aware of this. Besides, he already has a bottle.
Yeah.
So it's like, well... I mean, if I were gonna take too much damage, I just pop my shield.
You see this? They're being careful with the courier because they know, or they're thinking Nature's Prophet, I think, but they're actually just gonna bottle crow with it. They're gonna wait for it. They're not gonna let it get out of control here. There will be another Null Talisman coming up for Z-Freak in the jungle. I mean, he's going Blade Mail build, it looks like, and why not at this point?
Also worth noting, man, the self damage with a miss coil is not as much as people make it out to be honest.
It's still a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
okay, it's a tenth of
if you're really under heavy
itself.
punishment, you just pop your shield, man. It's just like the shield can absorb the snake, and it is really easy to see the cast point of the snake. So it's like, okay, it's gonna come up, I'm just gonna pop my shield. The problem will be the mana a little bit, but again, with a bottle, on top of an Abaddon, and on top of a Crystal Maiden Aura, you should be fine. It's actually 13-1, which, I mean, for an Abaddon is kind of impressive, to be honest. I mean, versus, like, the 23-7, but again, you're not expecting to win the lane with the Abaddon, to be honest. So, Relic pulling his own weight.
I feel like Zeus would be so much better, though.
Hmm?
I feel like Zeus would just be so much better in the mid lane right now. Because Medusa is so squishy.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't have mana, she doesn't have a good time on the mid lane. So she can't just soak it all up with mana shield.
Yeah, but...
And actually, well...
Oh,
Swindle managing to clean up Sheep. Sheep hasn't been playing this Brewmaster off lane well, and I don't think they should continue picking it for him. I feel like Brewmaster is one of the weaker off laners at the moment. I may be getting some flame for saying this, but hear me out. I feel like Tidehunter, Jakiro, and
Void?
Centaur and Void offer your team so much more than a Brewmaster does in the current metagame.
Brewmaster is a great offlane depending on the enemy lineup. If you're like physical damage heavy lineup, the Brewmaster is gonna do a lot of work. Like a lot of work. Just because of the evasion. But the problem is, well, you're kind of dealing with some magical damage coming from the Witch Doctor. Actually, versus this Triumph bottom, he shouldn't be dying as much. So
They've got a stun from Witch Doctor, though, and bashes from Void as well. And then Maledict just ruins him.
Yeah,
he plays very aggressively, though.
Hate. It's like, dude, you could just drop a Drunken Haze on Swindle and just ruin his lane. So maybe she's just overextending a little bit, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any other reasoning, any other reason why he should be, like, again, maybe they caught him off guard, maybe they popped a smoke. And remember, it is Seafreak on a Nature's Prophet, so...
Yeah, I think he may have come down for it, too. I missed the kill, but, yeah.
It does look more like that, because honestly, the Brewmaster is a good offlane pick for this, versus this particular try on bottom. Most of the damage is physical, except the Maledict, and I mean, you really can ruin Swindle's Manon's laning stage. Look at this, he already has a Drunken Haze there.
Yeah, he's gonna need an MKB.
Yeah.
Desperately.
Yeah.
And I don't think Medusa really will. Because she can just target someone else and turn on Split Shot and hit Bird.
Yeah, the problem is that you cannot control the split shots, per se, so... Yeah. You're kind of bound to miss some of them.
Ooh.
He does have Chronosphere, though, so Swindle can actually turn against Sheep for a little bit. If
Relic?
he sees happening.
Can I mention that Relic isn't going for the Curse of Avernus base build, and he's playing as a core at the moment? I don't like this. I really don't.
I kind of do, actually. But again, I used to play a lot of Abaddon back in the day.
Gank coming in. Bolt from Zeus. There'll be a TP in from Jakiro, though, to stop it.
I mean, he dishes a pretty hefty amount of damage. And here's the deal: Curse of Avernus is like really really good to get in lane when you're having like an Orb of Venom kind of build, those kind of items, just to set up kills for someone else. But since you're soloing mid, there is really no reason to get Curse of Avernus, to be honest, because you're not gonna right-click her down anytime soon. You just don't have the damage. And at the same time, Brewmaster is gonna get chronoed and killed, I think. Yeah, he got chronoed and killed. So, just calling it ahead. Again, he's getting killed, but I would say those are more about complexity, just playing really well, and just Sheep just maybe a little bit confident.
There's rotations coming in here as well as the TP. Sheep, he's gonna clap, but he doesn't have a split just yet. and Moomeander will actually go down. But now he's got that split, and he'll be able to secure something else with this. He's trying to find Swindle, who can't quite get a hit in. There's a time walk forward. Nature's managing to find Zeus with Treants, but Swindle will probably be going down for it. Brewmaster with a double kill. I'm a sheep. I think he might have heard me flaming him and said, okay, you want to see some Brewmaster? I'll show you Brewmaster.
Yeah, and I mean, he pretty much played up rather well. Try to get that easy kill to ensure his double 6, and afterwards just going onward. And oh my god, double -4 complexity.
I do want to point one thing out, though. Chat did mention that I kind of said, hear me out, and then didn't say anything after it. The reason I think those offlaners are stronger is because they give you initiation potential. Brewmaster, without a blink, does not give you initiation potential. Tidehunter can TP in, pop a Ravage, and you can follow it up even if he doesn't have blink. And Anchor Smash is really good, even if he doesn't have blink. Centaur can charge you in. Your whole team, even if you don't have blink. Jakiro can just push towers and create space that way. Brewmaster, he needs that blink to be online. Now, he'll be getting it now, but I just feel like you have to win the off lane somehow. And that is a lane that you're going into saying, hi, I'm going to lose this lane, but I'm going to be here.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Here's the deal. Brewmaster is able to farm so fast.
Of course, chat just makes the exact point that I made, like, right after I say it. But see, to them, it's going to sound like I just took that from chat.
Yeah, because delay.
Delay, yep. Okay.
Yeah. But going back a little bit, the thing is with Brewmaster, you're able to actually farm so fast when you're not in the offlane or pretty much just going into mid-game. Into the mid-game, you're able to farm so well that...
Oh, we got a Chrono bot, and there goes Sheep again. He's got no split available. He got a clap off, I think, but...
Yeah, the problem is Seafreak, by the way, however.
Yeah.
Seafreak, he's just gonna TP, I don't know, and just, you know, follow up with a Chrono. I was like, Swindle doesn't have the damage to get to do this, but then it's like, oh yeah, they do have a Nature's Prophet, and the Jakiro was relatively near.
Dragon Fist also has a triple ancient stack, by the way, as well as a Midas and 1,000 in the bank, and a Regen rune.
Well, yeah, they're gonna swap a little bit the lanes. I think it's the wise thing to do, and they're actually gonna go for Relic.
They know his ult's down, and now get him! The bounces from Moomeander managed to be just enough.
When did he pop his ulti? I wonder.
About 45 seconds ago, but, I mean...
Oh, well, that... Golly, man.
I know, I told you there, Ruptur.
Yeah.
In fact, let me update our title real quick here. Because you were not Dragon Drop. I'm gonna capitalize your name too. I know, it's a shock to you, but...
How can I tell this to my children? How could I? And I already bought up a glass table. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna even reference that. That's
error saving.
Well, the people who really know about a glass table in German people, and yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Just keep your mind innocent and don't even go through that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Yeah. Just all the ups, people. Just grab uns Akits.
I'm gonna just
yeah. Just keep
sorry.
Fucking lost, man. We're fucking lost. Oh, nice ulti coming from crap.
Nature's Prophet.
Seafreak.
Yeah. Okay.
I totally confused him with Swindle for some reason. I was about to call him Swindle, and I was like, wait, this is not right.
Well, it's weird because they're all on carries, except for Witch Doctor, who, well, can become a carry. I mean, Jakiro's not technically a carry, but we know he's a carry.
He lives, man. He lives. With a use, but he lives. Still, Relic doing a rather nice farming rate, again, for an Abaddon on this current meta. It's so nice. I wonder what he's itemized, though. That's my real question. What is he gonna have in stash? Okay, a bracer, probably gonna go drums.
Yeah, drum is really good on him.
Abaddon, which
I mean, he can't go support Abaddon when he's been sitting in mid lane taking what should rightfully be either the Brew or the Zeus's, but
I mean he could, because you can rush your spells and be just way more efficient, you know.
Yeah, but where does that farm that you barely got go? Like, nowhere. There is, however, double blink coming up for Wheel right now. Rue and Wraith King picking up blink daggers. That's really big right now. Because since Medusa went Midas, she can't really fight. Now, I say this, but Medusa actually has 2150 in the bank right now. And is stacking Ancients like she's hoarding for the apocalypse. Like that all creeps are gonna go extinct.
Is the Noah's Ark Dota version?
Yes, it's the Noah's Ark. 3x3, we stack them up.
Sorry, that was actually quite good. That was quite good.
Yeah, that was really good,
right,
man. Good job.
Well, let's see. Is Zeus going for Yules? I would.
I'm assuming, yeah. And then eventually maybe a Veil with the mantle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a stretch at the moment, but
it's always a solid pick on Zeus. There is no reason to not get it. It's just the thing is like, okay.
Oh no! They actually just TP in and find Z-Freak right under the tower. Take down the tower as well. He tried to get an ult off but couldn't quite find it. And I honestly think that would have been just a panic ult.
Look at it go from the high ground.
Yeah, nice bounces coming off here. As actually, Witch Doctor can work relatively well against Brute. Of course, it doesn't work against the Green Spirit, and of course, Witch Doctor is going to be going down to Wraith King up here on the top lane.
But they're losing the bottom tower as well. So.
But Wraith King's Raiders of the Lost Ark over here, okay? It's the other Lost Ark, but yeah, you get the picture.
Oh, Relic, you're so dead, buddy. Yep. The Zeus took a little bit too much time to arrive, and
okay, this poor Zeus. He can't get his ult off. Oh, tragic day indeed. He's just like, up top, I'm getting jumped on. I'm gonna ult, guys. I'm gonna... Okay, maybe not.
Disappointed, man. My lobby would be disappointed, I'm just saying.
Sleazel, though, they'll find Z-Freak here, and that's a big pick-off for them, especially when it's going over to Sleazel, who does have a Midas and a Blink already. He's getting good farm here. Medusa is arguably going to get better farm, and she will out-carry in the late game, especially since she does have Mystic Snake to be able to take his mana.
I don't know if a Medusa can take double Wraith King. I mean, if they're on equal footing, though, which I don't think is gonna happen because Medusa's farming faster than he is. So
yeah, Abaddon meanwhile is going for the drum.
They got a couple nice kills here and there, but they lost both towers, so they're pretty much sitting on a tier 2, and that's about it. That's the main problem.
Yeah, they're sitting on a tier 2, 15 minutes in.
I also might think about jumping Sleazel. Limp is nearby, and actually he's gonna blink forward. Right, Limp is gonna just disengage, and yeah.
Oh, Sleazel blinked. I was like, Jakiro doesn't have a blink. Stop lying. Sorry. Maelstrom on the Void, though.
The breaking, man. Oh, dude. They're totally harshing my mellows, man. I don't know what that means, but I find it funny. They're actually gonna pop a Firebrand Smoke on the middle lane. And they might actually be able to get Dragon Fist if... Well, no, they're not gonna go that way. They're probably gonna find Moonmeander. Sleazel, Blinkerino, Sonorino,
Gatorino,
and coilerino to the face.
Yeah, Relic mentioned to clean up another kill there, and chat did mention probably an Vlad's coming after him, excuse me. And I wouldn't say it's bad here at all. I mean, they've already got Lifesteal from Wraith King, but the 15% damage is pretty good, and the additive mana regen. Oh, the Chrono goes off. It looks great, but Swindle's gonna get stunned. Nice blink from Sleazel. The blink has now paid for itself at this point. I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, just casually gonna blink out of your Chronosphere, bro.
Here's the problem, though. Complexity is, like, really controlling the map well. Every time they leave a tower, Z-Freak and Limp are just like, let's go. This tower is ours now. Thank you. Wheel, we would like your racks now. And Medusa is just like, not even fighting. She is 0-0-0 and sitting at top of the net worth, and the team's not suffering at all because of it, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, they're not able to do this much, like, more often, or they're not able to do this more commonly, just because they're sitting on just one tier 2. So if you're really gonna try to pull that kind of move, you're gonna be nearby the enemy base.
Here's the thing, though. They don't have to at the same time. They have enough farm at this point to really fight. I mean, look at Void. He's got a Mask of Madness Maelstrom 18 minutes in, as well as Treads, a Poor Man's Shield, and an Aquila. I mean, those are small items, but they're useful still. We have Medusa, who's sitting on a Lincoln's, Phase Boots, a Midas, and an Aquila, as well as a Quelling Blade, and an extra TP, with money in the bank, a little bit, at least. And then you look on the other team, you've got Zeus sitting on part of a Force Staff, okay, actually a Force Staff, and a Smoke, Wraith King on a Blink, and actually a Maelstrom. He'll actually manage to blink away from Swindle. Swindle, though, he doesn't have Chronosphere. They're not realizing that it's on cooldown still for the next 10 seconds.
They should, because he used it pretty much in front of them.
Yeah, but they're just, it's not perfect timing. I mean,
yeah,
these are pretty high-level players, but they're not the greatest players in the world. We're not seeing Team Secret here, who would not run from that. They would take down Faceless Void.
Or they're like, they don't have it write it down like in a little list or anything. So I can understand. Also, Nork is coming from Nature's Prophet and a Blink from the Jakiro. So Complexity getting their really high impact items already. Question is, what does Will retaliate with outside of just farming away? And now Medusa's actually secure enough to actually start pushing also the top lane and split push by herself. Which, I mean, so far so good. I mean, she's been 0-0-0. There is a 3-man smoke though, going towards the Radiant stack. I mean the Radiant Ancients. They're gonna find Seafreak. However, no, yeah, he's actually gonna
they're taking down Seafreak pretty easily. There was a faked split from Brew, but Medusa's coming in here. She pops the ult and just says, stay away from me. They drum up. They want a chase here. They want a tower at least. And Void is meanwhile on the bot lane pushing. He's not making a move to come back, and I think this is perfectly fine. I mean, he could potentially take a Rax here if Wheel aren't careful. They will send back the Abaddon,
which is a better choice, just because he's not gonna get killed.
Yeah, but
because
still,
if they send like the Zeus or something, they're just like,
they're gonna get chronoed and they'll be dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Abaddon is like, well, no, just go ahead, try to kill me. I'll buy at least 10 seconds of time to my team to actually respond accordingly if they really need to. So Swindle is like, well, I guess that my push is over. Gonna steal your Ancients.
Yeah, I mean, Swindle's, I'll still say he's playing well. That Chronosphere was questionable, but this one's not. Derp, gonna get taken down, but oh no, Wraith King's threatening. He's gonna throw a stun. Nice dodge with the Time Walk. Swindle has definitely redeemed himself with that one. He tried to juke around just so he wouldn't get jumped on by Wraith, but hold the, what the heck? Okay, he never bought out the Maelstrom, it looks like. Yeah, he didn't. Okay. I was about to say, how did he form up a Maelstrom and a AC, but he didn't.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a change of heart there. Nice ulti to scout, just to be sure that Roche is safe.
Or Lightning Bolt, not ulti, but yeah.
It looked like the animation from the ulti, actually. No, it was a Lightning Bolt. Oh, never mind. You're gonna start on Relic, though.
And they'll do a lot of damage. He does have his ult, so he'll probably survive. And he actually got a Necro here. I actually like that a lot. I need to stop using actually.
Versus the Treants, I would say.
Yeah.
Alright. They're gonna actually try to look for Seafreak again. And I think Maship found him, but he doesn't have any stun per se, just to interrupt his TP, so he backed off. Which is a shame, because if they had like the Crystal Maiden on the front, they could have totally got that kill. And actually, nice blink from Limp. But he's a little bit surrounded, to say the least.
Yeah, he'll get stunned up and taken down here. He's got no escape.
Something I do like as well about Wheel is that they're able to get like these 3-man kind of ganks work most of the time, you know. As long as
Rupture, unmute yourself in game.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when I pop with people.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I blame Maxine, man.
You mean Maxim?
Radiant's
Maxim,
top tower
sorry.
is under
Yeah, we learned today what his name is really pronounced like. Anyway, Sleazel, he don't care about no backdoor because there is no backdoor. There's only a front door to your tier 1s. However, in the bot lane, Relic, he'll get ultied. Thought you were safe, not so much. Yeah, but I mean, you lost a big hero. You could be forced to buy back right here, and you may lose a Rax if you don't.
Radiant's top tower is
Did
under
they
attack.
send back this lethal?
They aren't going to be able to. He's locked in an ice path right now. His mana gets drained a bit. They gave the Aegis over to Brew, but I mean, Wraith King of course has his own built-in Aegis, and I kind of hate when people give the Aegis to Wraith King because it's like, really, does he really die that much? If he does, he's probably not worth even giving it to.
Well, here's the deal with the Aegis and the Wraith King. At least you get something out of the Aegis outside of the Resurrection. You get the huge ass slow, which is a really good setup. And you still have another huge ass slow in the background. So that's the argument of why you prioritize the Aegis into a Wraith King over
No, wait,
any
it
other
doesn't
hero.
slow if he goes down with Aegis.
I think it does.
No, it definitely doesn't, I can tell you that for sure.
Ah, well, that's a lot of crap. It should. I personally think it should.
It's been actually confirmed by chat that we actually cannot stop saying actually, by the way.
Actually, your people are correct.
You're actually correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually,
correct.
okay, we will try to stop. It's just, sometimes you get on one word and it is very hard. Like, there was a time last year where I was saying cleaned them up, and all of a sudden I sounded like I was a janitorial director. Because every time there was a fight, I'm like, he cleans up this one, cleans up this one, cleans up this one. And I went back and listened to the cast, and I was like,
they come from
oh my god.
Also.
No, that one's not as bad in my opinion. Do I do that?
No, I'm just saying that maybe you have a easy face.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
They're gonna go for on Relic again.
Radiant's bottom
And they've got a
Holy
blink on
damn it.
Z-Freak, too.
Are you serious?
I mean, they pump his ult.
No, I'm just asking, like, how the hell does Complexity still have so many runes? I mean, it's like the third double damage I've seen on Complexity side.
Hacks,
Like,
bro.
again, and Derp is just gonna go right click to that.
Oh, they'll find Derp. Nature's actually comes in for the kill steal there.
Because Seafreak. That's why.
Oh, Z-Freak. I have a feeling he really likes playing these global potential heroes. And Nature's Prophet isn't really the strongest one. And I don't think we'll see support Spectre out of him anytime soon either. But he's playing it well right now.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I wonder what Swindle is gonna go for next. Mjolnir?
Yeah,
Or
Chad has confirmed that you're actually a dimwit, and he actually doesn't slow when he goes down with Aegis. It was a little rude, but hey.
I call BS on that, man.
It's
It
true.
should. Yeah, I know.
You know how OP that would be?
Yeah. I know exactly, and I have measured the consequences of that, and I would say still make it happen. And another Chronosphere now on Derp again. Not sure if worth, especially because Brewmaster is actually closing on to this fold.
Same with the Zeus, and Faces Forward will try to time walk away. They actually get the Zeus ult off, but it's backtracked, and he may be having trouble seeing straight, but I think he can find his way out of the base just fine, Brew.
Yeah, he
You know.
can read at least.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He can read in order to, you know, cast a TP and get the hell out of there. I honestly don't know why the hell did they committed the ultimate of Zeus in that one. Just because of the fact that, well, this is a
Vision?
Brewmaster. Brewmaster doesn't have any long range disables for the TP.
Okay, they're going Mass Necro for on wheel. Abaddon and Brew now. Wraith King isn't building one, but
I really don't. Because
I
if
don't-
you're not
okay-
take
okay.
objectives on the back of that, you're just feeding gold to the enemy team.
I know. I know why.
Why?
Okay. Here's the Necro Dream. You're against the Medusa. First of all, you burn her mana. Second of all, with split shot, if she somehow kills like all of the Necro Warriors at once, it could instantly kill her.
Yeah, that is true.
It's potentially possible. I'm not saying it'll happen, but still.
But the dream is there. That's pretty much what you're trying to say. The dream is possible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's iffy. Dragon Fist is actually going to move up here, but he does have that Lincoln's, and it's going to soak up some big spells, including the team's primary stun, which is Wraith King's
Fire Blast?
Wraith Fire Blast, yes.
Well, at the same time, you're able to pop that Lincoln's with relative ease as a Zeus. Just throw an Arc Lightning to her face. And pretty much you're done with that Lincoln's, at least for like 15 seconds. Maybe even more. No, like, yeah, the 19 out of the 20-second mark, and you have a spell that has what?
Oh, wait, Chrono, midline.
1 second cooldown. Are you kidding me?
She will evade a lot.
Is still so dead.
The silence coming out from Nature's. The mech will actually heal him up. He'll get the split off. Swindle, though, he's BKB'd up. He's going to get to the high ground. Moon Meander throws out a casket. He does get hit by that Zeus ult and whisked into the air by the Storm Panda. Here's Dragon Fist coming in. He does have an ult available. He just needs to find the right time to use it. There it goes. And Moon Meander, can he get the ult off? Is the dream real? Witch Doctor under siege, though. I'm a sheep. He'll be back. Moon's gonna heal up. They don't even need it, as Swindle is now dominating, taking down the Brew. He'll leap forward a long distance, take down the Zeus. Derp stuns him up, but Limp not quite stunned here. Sleazel gets Yules up into the air. Nice engagement by them. They managed to get rid of the Wraith King just long enough to bring down the Crystal Bacon. They'll be in the AoE of the slow right now, all of them actually, but there's Sleazel getting hit by the Witch Doctor ulti, and Ice Path as well. Tons of damage coming out from Dragon Fist. And Sleazel will take down the Void, but I think it's worth it in the end. 4 for 2, even if you lose 2. Well, I say 2 cores, but it's really only 1 core and a half.
Relic is knee deep in Crap Creek.
Yeah, he does have a level 3 Necro Book, but
he used it already to kill the...
He didn't even get to use it because it's still in his stash. That's a level 2 in inventory,
he used the level 2 to kill the thingy, the Nature's Prop, the Forian. Which was a smart play, but I mean, he came way too late into the team fight, and this just went way like face planting first into just bad territory for Wheel. Look at this, 13,000 gold and experience lead coming from Complexity.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
it,
attack.
I mean, it shows like maybe those iffy tactics that Wheel are trying to pull out, they're just not, they're just not paying off. I mean, in theory they kind of work, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's something lacking here, and I'm not sure what.
yeah, it's a little iffy. By the way, guys, very sorry about my earlier comment that these players are not the best in the world. I am talking about Wheel, not Complexity here. Let me just make it clear. They're playing well, but I just mean that they're human. They make mistakes. Let's be honest here.
They're playing Wheel.
They're not Arteezy, you know, because Arteezy never makes mistakes, Cap.
They are playing Wheel really well. Yeah, they're not tier 1 teams, and that's pretty much the point that we wanted to come across with this. It's like compared to a global level. So they wouldn't have like this game down to a science, as other teams as, again, oh, the Courier. Moon Meander. You're little...
They've seen it, though.
Yeah.
That's the Abyssal Blade up for Wraith King. Immortality up on the Brew again, and I still question this decision at the least.
If he's not able to get his ulti off, I think it makes sense.
I mean, he's gotten his ult off and still died in the fight, and the fact that he has his ulti means that you're pretty much going to be the last one left in a big team fight, especially if you have Aegis.
Maybe I would consider actually going for a Scepter on the side of I'm a Sheep, to be honest. Just because if he's dying with the ulti means like his Broodlings are not enough. His Broodlings, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I honestly would say, dude, go for an axe, even though it's late and such, and it's a really old build.
No, it's a good build.
Yeah,
Still,
it is a good build, and also it is like, well, I mean, you're dropping your split and you're still getting killed. So either you need to play it differently because you're kind of being reckless with it, or you just need, you know, better broodlings, pretty much. That's what it comes down to.
This is still a weird game from both teams, though. In that they both have like a fourth core. In the Jakiro, or the Nature's Prophet, who is more of a support than the Jakiro at this point, although he does more damage than Jakiro now, especially with 5,400 in the bank. Holy Jesus. And then Zeus, of course, being a somewhat core hero as well. They need to get him to level 16, though. That's the big deal.
I'm gonna try to maybe jump. Swindle, no.
He's got haste, so...
Man, I'm seriously surprised of how many runes is Complexity able to get out of the map, man. It's just insane. Have you noticed that little detail, man? Every single time, either Swindle or Moon or someone else just has like a double damage, a haste, a regen, or something. Every single time, man. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have those rune spots like in a lockdown or something. I don't know, man. It's just insane. I was like, okay, they're probably gonna get Swindle. No way, he has a haste again. I mean, it's kind of a little bit frustrating, to be honest. But I mean, if I was on field,
he's getting taken down up top.
Yeah.
And Zeus will find him.
Oh, well, manages to get a Ghost after the Zeus, so...
Yeah, it's going to be really good against Medusa and Void. The only problem is if Void, or if Medusa's Snake hits him at the wrong time and he Ghost Scepters up, he gonna get wrecked.
Which he will eventually get wrecked anyway. I mean, by just right-clicking alone.
Still only 2 Necros up, though.
Maybe they're not gonna commit fully.
I really would kind of like to see 5-man Necro. Oh dear, Swindle comes in, but he doesn't realize there's a Wraith King nearby, and he is indeed wrecked.
And he didn't realize about that Bizzle Blade as well. Until now. Then he's like, oh god, are you serious? And they do have a decent amount of push now with the Necros and such.
Yeah, Wheel could potentially upset here still. And
have room. Here's the deal also, since this is going later, these tier 2 towers are actually going to be a detriment to Complexity if they're able to get pushed.
Oh, nice dodge by Dragon Fist there. Cask is bouncing though. And yeah, Brew now with the level 3 Necro, but he did just pop his. That's a little unfortunate. He's gonna have to get the split off. He can't quite do it, but his Aegis will bring him back. Dragon Fist in a lot of trouble. No mana remaining. Can't get the ult off, but there's the Witch Doctor ulti. Who cares when one can get off? There's a split from Brew, though. Moonmeander, they throw an Ice Pass to try and save him, but it's not going to do much. And with Sleazel on the ground, or on the bench for right now, they can't really dish out the damage.
Sleazel is alive and well, man.
Excuse me, Swindle.
Swindle. Yeah. Names are hard, dude.
Yeah.
We're kind of off with the player tonight, aren't we?
It's... Those names are at least similar, okay?
Enter the Sea Freak. Yeah.
It's also strange because everyone keeps switching up roles, and...
Yeah, that is actually true, man. Because they're switching it up with the lineup so much. It's like, what are you playing today? Like, what do you feel like you're playing now? Ah, that's that.
Okay, this I like. Halberd up for Relic is going to be a big pickup.
Nice, yeah. The Halberd is actually going to do a lot of work, especially because Medusa won't go for a BKB. So for the Abaddon is really easy. Miss Cole to pop the Lincolns and then just throw the Halberd. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's not too much to do about it. And hell, the Nature's Prophet is like, well, I have a lot of right-clicking power. I have a Hex. I have an Orchid. Oh, that's nice. Can you right-click with a Halberd? No. Well, I guess you will be just sitting there pretty and just do your best impression of I don't know, of a lion without mana. Pretty much just throwing a Hex and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's iffy
Weird,
at this point, but Complexity definitely can outcarry them, I think, because Nature's Prophet, he's a physical damage carry. Of course, Jakiro's not, so they do kind of lose out on that front, but Brewmaster, to an extent, he's not as much of a physical damage carry.
Yeah, but he does have a lot of disable for those carries.
Definitely, yeah. So you can argue that.
Just if they clump up, you just throw a 3-man Drunken Haze and you're pretty much set. Speaking of being set, middle lane. Or not.
Yeah. That's your cue, teams. Team fight now. You're at our mercy, right?
Well, free broodlings for the Complexity team, I guess.
I mean, they get a little bit of gold, but it's more the cooldown being wasted, and...
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that Brewmaster split did absolutely nothing, man. Nothing. It was like, alright, that is pretty cool and all. It's not even a zoning split, because there was nothing to zone. They were on the other side of the river, all the 4 together as one, you know, so it was like, why do you even pop this stuff, man? I don't know, dude.
Okay. The other thing that favors Complexity, though, is they have a Medusa who hits like 4 carries, basically. And then they've got 3 more to back him up. And then they've got a Witch Doctor who, in the late game, isn't that bad. Yeah. She went for that instead of Daedalus. She is stacked up. And Dragon Fist, definitely living up to his MMR. And Phantom Saurian, he's going to be going down. There won't be a Zeus ult in this coming fight, I don't think. Even though he's working up on the Hex, he's not going to be very close to it at the moment. He won't have buyback anyways. BKB up from Void. He'll try to get into the trees and actually just come right back out. There's your Abyssal Blade, but Dragon Fist coming in, has the ulti running, and the rest of them, they just don't want to turn around and look at him. And Sheep, he does get the split off. Wraith King goes down. He'll be right back in a second. Sheep needs to be able to get out of here alive once he comes back, though. Dragon Fist being focused down. There goes the mana. And after he loses his mana, he's got really not much to fall back on. Sure, you can do damage, but if the mana's not there, the mana's not there.
Did you saw that ultimate from Derp between the trees?
I didn't, no.
Right there, he just channeled a full duration of Crystal Maiden ultimate.
Oh, that's perfect, because they can't see him at all. And Sleazel, he makes it away with the triple kill now. I do want to point out as well, the mana break from the Necronomicon Warrior is 75 mana per hit. And this thing does not really attack that slowly.
Nope, not at all. And also, I mean, what was the mana drain from the range one? Is like 250 or 150 or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to say. Also, notice how much the Curse of Avernus actually is really great for ganging up onto someone. Because everyone else is gonna attack real fast and get the movement and attack speed bonus. And look at Sleazel.
At this point, Phantom Saurian's just like, hey, if I'm gonna get picked off, let's ult.
Gonna eat it alive, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he can also carry a what the name of Vlad himself.
Medusa has no buyback though. This is not great. They actually just summoned these Necronomicon units, so they don't want to feed them to Jakiro right away.
They probably will.
They're going away. Yeah, Moon gets one, and the creeps get the other. That is a big thing, like, though, if you can kill the Necro units yourselves, and you actually have the HP to tank it, that's a lot of gold. That's like 400 gold per summon, which is kind of like having 2 Midases on yourself that the enemy team bought. Man. Yeah. This can be the downside to going Mass Necro, is the bounty is very high.
Zoo's actually going for Side of Ice as well, which is gonna help him out a lot. I do feel like he might, well, he does have a Ghost Scepter, so what the hell am I talking about? Maybe, actually after this I wouldn't mind seeing a Blink coming from him, or just finishing a Bloodstone with a Soul Ring. Just to get some extra tank ability and just not get bursted down before, you know, dropping your payload. But, what would you prefer on that Zeus, to be honest? I don't know. What's your take on that?
Anything to help him survive and disable, so pretty much Sheep.
I mean, after the Sheep. I'm sorry.
Axe.
That. Axe?
Or
Okay.
Refresher. Either one would be good. At the moment, I'd actually say Axe just because he's not getting his ult off at all, so when he does get it off, he needs to be able to do some serious damage. And if you're going to have a problem getting,
Look at how fast they're able to get that Roche, man. They totally stole it from the
Yeah.
Noses of Complexity, and they're not able to do diddly wit about it. I was about to say a different phrase, but I thought, keep it
Yeah.
PG-13.
the children could be watching. You never know.
Yeah.
Your own children.
Not
It
legally.
comes full circle, man.
No, not legally, man. I'm not the
Oh, did I just out you? I'm sorry.
I'm not the father. That's all I'm saying, man.
Anyway,
Right.
Zfree continuing to farm up. He's got BKB now, Sheep, Orchid, Blink, Midas, whatever he wants. Dragonfist is actually getting jumped on mid, though. And actually, he will pop off the ulti. A very well-placed ulti. However, he gets stunned up. There's Derp with the ulti out. But nice ult from the Witch Doctor. Actually isn't in range of anything, though. And Dragonfist, he's continuing to go out here. Sleaza will try to take him down. They force staff him out and try to heal him up. Witch Doctor on the cliff. It's a good position for him because he's not getting jumped on. And actually, nice blink from Limp with the Yules up on Brewmaster. They'll throw out the slow onto Medusa. They're still trying to take her down. Meanwhile, Swindle getting taken down by the Wraith King on the back end of the fight. They each have lost one, but that's a Crystal Maiden, and you get a Faceless Void. That's the deal of a lifetime right there at the moment, Rupture.
Yeah. Oh, man. Swindle just got a little bit too greedy for his sake, man. He was like, I'm just gonna 1v1 versus this Wraith King. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I could get stunned and then just get my ass handed to me by a single crit. Especially with a Mask of Madness, so that's pretty much what happened. And, by the way, that was arguably the best initiation that Complexity could have asked for. They put a Crunch Spear on top of a
The only downside is that Witch Doctor's ult didn't connect, but let's go ahead and talk about our current fight where Wraith King, his mana's starting to drop. Sheep will get healed up by Abaddon, but he may not get away here. They need another right click, but Sleazo coming back in, not afraid at this point. He'll take down the Jakiro. Void and Jakiro both buying back. However, that's Wraith King's ult down. Sheep, he's coming back as well. And there's the Witch Doctor ulti coming off as well.
What's the cooldown on that?
It's very low. It's 60 seconds, yeah. Sleazel, though, he'll be going down once again here. And that's an Aegis taken down and a Wraith King taken down. Now, they still have buybacks on the cores. And they're going to be retreating right now. But Faceless Void, he just bought back, got paid back for it pretty much. He has 2K in the bank. I'd really like to see him pick up a Hyperstone right now. I think a Mjolnir could really change this game, especially if you put the buff on Dusa.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna do it, honestly.
Hey, you've got 2K gold. You just bought out.
Yeah, but he's gonna opt for a different item. People tend to not finish the Mjolnir for some godforsaken reason.
I don't see the point.
Is gonna get found out here in the middle of the woods. However, actually,
I mean, it's a Crystal Maiden.
I'm okay with that.
It actually took him away from the racks for a second, yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite literally space created for a moment. They'll probably still take the racks, but again, they're buying time with the glyph. They don't want to have to buy back on Brew, at least, because he's down to 20 seconds. Wraith King may be forced to, but it doesn't look like they're actually going to do it. Okay, they will. Never mind. But they already take down 2 towers. And they see Wraith King buyback, and they're just like, okay, we're out of here.
However, Wraith King immediately gets a Boots of Travel, which I feel is the best, is like a really good idea. Just because if they're able to take a decent team fight and just pretty much run with it, he's just gonna capitalize immediately on that.
Yeah.
And Complexity are just circling around next to the enemy secret shop, expecting Wheel to actually engage them, and Wheel was like, no, we're not actually gonna give you the pleasure to do so.
Here's where the pressure's on for Complexity, though. Moon Meander. He's played well, okay? Whoa, wait. Can we look at his build a second? I didn't even notice, but he hasn't got a point in Maledict.
It's the PPD build, pretty much. Well, the old PPD build. It was like, yeah, just screw Maledict, I'm just gonna give healing, cheap stun, and just drop my ulti whenever you need it. It makes the hero to play. It makes the hero becomes easier to play
Yeah.
But at the same time, your damage output is just, well, kind of reduced by half, to be honest, because Maledict is just such an amazing spell. Just to work in tandem with the rest of your teams. You sometimes you actually make more damage with just the Maledict alone than instead of your ward, which is something odd to say, but it's totally true.
I mean, at least a value point would do something. And I mean, I understand you want to go with the heal. You don't want to lose much mana, but it's the classic situation of, okay, do we go for survivability or damage? Well, if they're all dead, who's going to kill us? You know? And your heroes on complexity at this point in the game, except for Moon's hero himself, they're not really squishy.
Yeah, at the same time, it's like, okay, 2 extra stat points in, well, each attribute is not really going to save you from a breaking crit in your face.
Exactly.
So yeah, I disagree with it. I could understand like delaying it until you get your level 16 and then just start dropping points in it, just to keep yourself relevant. Or he might be saying, okay, I'm just gonna wait the last levels with just to get on Maledict, because at that stage no one is gonna use a BKB.
Guys, one quick thing before we get started here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Dota 2 Lounge viewers for Pain Leviathan, or E-Hug Leviathan, are going to be showing up in just a few minutes. Mods, please continue to explain that when this series is over, that series will start, pretty much.
Also on Doom 3, that will be the same situation. By the way, I should tell those guys to actually set up for that.
Yeah, if we can get the lobby set up, that would be perfect. But tell them to definitely wait for us, please.
Yeah. Or actually, I'm not gonna tell them anything until this ends up, just to be as smug about it. I can't.
Anyways,
really, we don't want to miss it. That's my point, pretty much. So I just hope that the guys of E-Hug don't get rowdy about this. I don't think so, but
I don't think they will. They understand that, hey, there's been a little bit of a delay.
Games have been drawn out longer. Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's getting close to the end, but I'm still not sure who it's going to end for first.
Or is it?
Well, let's actually, I don't think I've taken a look at the graph in a while. We've got complexity with a 14k gold lead, a 17k experience lead, but here's the problem. A lot of their gold, like for the Witch Doctor, for instance, Aghanim Scepter, if you're not getting a good ult off, you might as well not have an Ags. Well, and Moon has yet to really get an ult off that's really good. That was what I meant to say when we realized that he didn't have Maledict at all.
Yeah. Here's the thing that kind of realized as well. It's like, well, with an Aghanim Scepter, it's rather easy to get an ult.
Oh, Hex on Swindle. He's got to run. He will manage to TP away. Will he get out in time? He will.
Oh,
yep.
So close, man. So close.
A little bit off on the angle for the Force Staff, but
a little bit late, honestly.
They're trying to rat it out at this point, and I think that's part of Complexity's best solution. However, I feel like they've still got a really good wombo combo if they can just get Moon in the right spot. And if that means he has to go for something stupid like Blink Dagger, then he has to go for something stupid like Blink Dagger. I mean, you do what you got to do to win the game in the end, right?
Mm-hmm. Just for our sake, do not try to go full Alliance and just ride it out till infinity, please. We have stuff to do. Like another series to cast to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I mean they gotta.
That's not what it's gonna be though. It's gonna be Ghost. I think it's okay.
Yeah,
okay, somebody take a picture. He put a point in Maledict.
Well, he's kind of running out of options to actually put points into. So again, I think he delayed it just because he was waiting for when the BKBs were dropping low. However, this is not happening as much. In the meantime, actually, Dragonf is just gonna go man up versus the enemy's Rax, which, okay, he does have a lot of backup. Never mind. Where did they show up? That's my question.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he's kind of solo pushing and
here's the Mjolnir. This is what I'm talking about. It's just going to do so much work against this team. May not do enough, though. It's actually, he's out of mana already. Literally, the fight just started and he's already out of mana, but a beautiful combo. There's the ulti we're looking for from Moon. These are the ults we're looking for. Derp Derp keeps getting stunned up, can't get an ulti off. There's a buyback from Brewmaster. Wraith King already respawning. However, Medusa is down at the moment. Does she have travels? No, she doesn't. And she doesn't have the gold to buy back and buy them as well. Meanwhile, Siegfried gets taken out. It was a good fight at the beginning, but it quickly fell apart as soon as Wheel broke out of that Chronosphere and Moomeander's going down as well. That's 3 heroes down for 1 and a buyback.
Did you saw that, man? Medusa was without a man and Renegades were like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna man up against you.
Oh, look, she has nothing. Let's go.
Crying out loud, and he was like, no, I'm actually gonna kill you. I'm actually gonna kill you with a freaking Abaddon with utility items. Why? Because I'm relicking. Screw you. And he did it. By God, he did it. That Curse of a Burn is paying off so much. I mean, God forbid that this guy actually goes for like a Daedalus or something. He might actually become a threat.
Yeah, somebody was okay. He does have 6k.
Okay, yeah, you should probably go for an NKB or a Daedalus.
I'm not 100% sure that's what you want to go for here.
Or well, you do have an AC already, so maybe a Mjolnir?
Okay, it's a Basher.
Or a Basher.
Oh. I was trying to get Chad excited for a potential Rapier Reno, but
nah, not
quite yet.
No way on not a Abaddon. Maybe with a... No, I mean, Liesel is already 6 slotted. He's actually going to jump into Swindle, and now he's just going to force him out to just back off.
Problem is, I don't feel like Swindle has the survivability he wants at this point.
No, by a long shot, man. He needs something like...
Is he going Ags?
No, I don't think so.
He's got 4,600, I mean...
Ags.
Well, with the Witch Doctor, though, it's okay.
To be honest. Like maybe a full-on Satanic actually wouldn't be so bad for him.
They'll smoke up, though. Okay, Moon is going out to ward. Gets the ward off.
They missed it. But they
oh, no! Swindler, he walked right into them.
He has that Mask of Madness activated.
And they know that nobody's around because the Zeus ult, he's down, but he's going to have buyback. It's not all lost for complexity, but it is not too far gone either.
It is a complex situation.
We could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seafreak, try to make the best out of the situation. Just split push top, but I don't know if you're able to hold this. They're gonna force the buyback on the faces, so at least there's that. And probably I would see his Liesel just TP top and try to, you know, clear the wave. No, it's actually gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be his Liesel. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, they all abandon the push as soon as the Void buys back.
By the way, Liesel sitting on 8,000 gold. Now that's some Rapier hype if I ever saw one.
What does he sell? Seriously though, like...
maybe the Blink. That's the only thing you could...
Maybe the Blink, but still, being able to catch people out with this Blink is so important.
Yeah, it has been working out a lot for him, so honestly, I don't know. I really don't know.
Like... Okay, this is gonna sound... No, you don't sell your boots. You don't sell your boots.
No.
Not as Wraith King against a Scotty Medusa. You can't.
Maybe you might drop the BKB and get a refresher.
Oh, meanwhile, Derp though, this support is long gone at this point. No buyback. No hope.
Maiden, so...
Yeah, but this opens up a pretty big gap in the map, and they're all going to be able to push in bot here. Tower's already down.
I think if they lost Relic instead of Derp, that would be a way bigger issue.
Yeah.
Even though it sounds weird, but it just feels like that. And actually, nice dodge
done.
was fun. Yeah.
Dragon Fist showing off that he knows how to Manta dodge, and there's the Zeus ult coming out already. There's a Chrono. Dragon Fist, though, he's caught inside it, and it's not the best situation, but he's not actually getting focused down yet. He'll pop the ulti before he runs out of mana, and he doesn't have his mana shield on. He doesn't have mana shield on. How is he alive? Okay, he's not alive. He buys back.
And he's just frontlining this thing. It's like, I don't give a damn. I have more time. I don't care.
Turn on the mana shield. There we go.
She had ages or what the... No, she bought back.
She bought back and TP back in, yeah. We're going to see a stun. Connect on Swindle. Nice Yules to save him. He might be able to live through this one. Zeus ult now, it's not available. Dragon Fist, he's going to get hexed up. He does get his Linkus popped right afterwards. They take down the Abaddon, who is going to buy back into the game. Crystal Maiden respawning now, but Wraith King's already on deck. Same with Brewmaster, no buyback on either of them. It's basically 2 supports, or a mid-support if you want to call it that, and 2 more against the whole team.
Oh, God.
Except for Swindle, and I think this might be game. Complexity might have pulled it out just barely in the end here. It's not over yet, though, but it's looking not too great.
No, it is. I think it's game. At this stage, with this kind of carries, it is game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, with the second Rax going down and Medusa taking almost literally no damage,
Yeah.
it might be over.
Oh my god, dude. That's rough on Wheel, but again, I mean, it was just like... The difference was, I think, the Witch Doctor just making so much damage with the ultimate. He did it properly now, Munyander. He actually pulled it off. And now it's just...
GG.
Pretty much GG.
Yeah, a great game from both teams, guys. We're not going to waste any time. We're already 2 minutes late for our second game of the night with EHUG up against Leviathan. I'll be setting up the lobby for that. Of course, big shout out to all of you coming out. Welcome to our new viewers. If you just missed it, the VODs will be going up on youtube.com/users/SBRevolution5. Also, find us on Twitter at SBRevolution5 for myself, and for my Costa Rican buddy here, Ruptur. You can find him at Ruptur with a 3 instead of an E at the end there. We'll be right back with Leviathan up against EHUG after a short break here. Enjoy the music while you guys wait.